Hello and welcome
to the S&P show,
where we talk about everything.
In today's episode, we're going to be talking about authenticity versus aesthetic.
Branding, what it means to be an artist and creating like a world for yourself. And I feel like we're going through that right now. Not necessarily branding ourselves, but like really putting a niche to our
world. So come and hang out with us, sit down and relax and listen to us talk.
What do you think authenticity means? And then what do you think aesthetic means?
Authenticity is truly being yourself, whether a camera's on you or not, and not having to think twice about what your next move is. It's almost like a conscious decision of doing anything in the moment. So I think that's what I see as authentic. Instinctual, authentic, play a part together. Aesthetic is something that you can create. It can be, when I see movies, I'm like, okay, there's an aesthetic here that they're trying to capture, or a theme. So when I think of aesthetic, I think of themes. I think of trying to create something that is relatable and something that people have been falling in love with over and over and over again throughout history, and art is aesthetic.
You explained that really well. That is. Earlier, we were talking about this, but I think when you're so authentic and your true self really radiates through your picture and your art and your creativeness, and you start to succeed, I think that authenticity becomes an aesthetic that people want to pursue, portray, embody, capture, be like-minded or as that aesthetic. So I think those are the times that for an artist, maybe that's like a moment where they've found themselves or really honed in a specific niche.
Yeah.
So authenticity can become aesthetic, but aesthetic can't become authentic. Does that mean?
Yes.
You can get an aesthetic, but is that real? Is that really you?
Whenever you're an artist, you need both aspects, because any artist that has been successful in the world has always had a mystique to them, or some kind of theme to them, whether it's in their music, in their lyrics, in the way they talk, in the way they act. There's always something about a star, not even necessarily an artist. I would say more of star quality that people need in order to break through in an industry.
It really belongs to, honestly, anyone in the creative world, like a painter, this, a that,
they have
actor,
their theme.
Like an actor gets like not necessarily pigeonholed, but they get categorized into
a part.
You know what I mean? Like Adam Sandler is totally different from like Leonardo DiCaprio. They're totally different people, and they embody different characters. And I think that has to do with their personalities and how authentic they are. I think they're so good at being themselves and being actors and being able to take characters. And the reason they're so good at doing that is because they know how to make a situation authentic. Like, how would I react to this? So I think that also has to do with success. You know, they play hand in hand.
I think it also, when you think about even in acting, even in any kind of art form, there's always a central theme to everything, in a song, in a person. For me, I think that has always been my push and pull of, what am I? Am I this? Am I that? And the way I found myself was really just honing into what I grew up loving, and what the inner child in me wants and loves and is attracted to. So I think a lot of that is part of my authenticity, but then turning it into my aesthetic would be just honing that in and being like, okay, what are the certain aspects of me that is relatable to the world? And that's what branding is trying to like pinpoint those things so people can relate to it. And that's really what it is.
When you stop overthinking it and you kind of let itself play out, like you are, obviously you are you you are what you are. You are what you are. So anything that you kind of spew out into the world, if it's coming from a natural intention and from your absolute heart and honest truth, that is your aesthetic. You start to fit into something. And once you like really tie that all together, it's really easy to be like, oh my God, like I am this.
Do you think
this is my look? This is me.
Do you think that everyone has an aesthetic?
No. Some people are just...
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think it's really something that...
Some people don't know what they like. Like some people really don't know the things that they like, the things that resonate with them.
I was going to say...
A lot of people don't know themselves. And it's not about knowing yourself. Like, I know that I like this, and I know it's just like... It's almost like FOMO, fear of missing out. So they're like, oh, I want to do this. I want to do that. And I want to be this. And like, oh, but I kind of like this. And like,
it's more like trying to fit into something or fit into a box or an identity. It's like whenever, this is such a good example, when you walk into someone's house and you can tell
what kind of person they are.
This is like their theme, but also you can also walk into a house and it can be completely all over the place, but it still has... Some people have a theme and some people don't know what their theme is. Like they're constantly just all over the place. So when I walked into Stevie Mackey's house yesterday, I was talking to him about this. I was like, your house is so magical and he has his theme. He has such good taste, and taste has so much to play in aesthetic.
Yeah.
And if you don't have good taste, maybe people that don't have good taste will like you too. I don't know. You know what I mean?
I love that. That's so funny.
I think people fall in love with your taste.
They do, with your taste. And also, when you look at Stevie Mackey, you think top, like superior master of singer, happy, exuberant. Like, is that a word?
Yes.
I'm like, you know what it's a word. It, like, he's just so loud and like wants to push the best out of you and wants to bring out the loudest voice and the hardest chest like that you can pump out of you. So like when you explain to me that his house is like this magical, like creative room that just lets you feel free and makes you be like, oh my God, I just want to create in here. And like, la, la. Becoming authentic happens differently for everyone. For some people, it develops over time, age, experience. And then for others, it uncovers itself naturally at a different speed as opposed to another person. I was able to uncover myself and expose myself more to the world. It comes out as your life progresses sometimes, but for some people, they just know who they are like right away. And it's not that I didn't know, but I think I'm just at a level where I'm so comfortable with myself. I know what I like. I know what I want. I
went through years of trying on different identities to evolve to who I am now. And at the time, that was what I liked. And that was my taste. That was my aesthetic.
Yeah.
Now I'm always changing. There's not going to be like, oh, this is it.
Yeah.
As an artist, you're always trying to evolve and become better. It's only going up. It's not going to decrease as I grow older. It's going to become even more honed in.
And blossom and become this like entity. That's so awesome.
And every restart that I've had of starting over and starting again was a lesson in itself to become closer to my most authentic self.
Every time you surpass those milestones or chapters in your life where you kind of leave somebody behind or you leave yourself behind and you're like, I don't think I'm this anymore. I don't relate to this type of aesthetic or this version of myself anymore.
It's helped me navigate where I want to go.
Yeah.
And knowing all the things you don't like is actually a blessing because now you know what not to do.
Exactly.
Rather than continuing to do the same thing over and over and not being aware of it. You want to be aware of what you don't like and what you do like. And that's going to help you find your aesthetic, find your authenticity. And it's not something that, you know, you just wake up one day and you're like, okay, I'm going to be authentic today. It's a lot of inner work. It's a lot of lessons in life you need to go through to reach that point. And sometimes you just haven't gone through enough to get there.
A challenge with trying to become your most authentic self, and maybe a lot of people can agree with this, is being able to be vulnerable and putting yourself out there and being as honest and truthful as you can be without overexposing yourself. I think that is a challenge. It is a challenge, 100%.
Vulnerability is a choice. You have to choose to be vulnerable and share yourself with the world. Do you think that now oversharing is a good thing?
I hate oversharing, but I think in any path or direction of life, like whether you're an actor, actress, director, singer, songwriter, influencer, TikToker, you have to be honest and you have to share. You have to. That's what like people look for. Anyone you can name in the public eye, like there's something that everybody likes about them and something that's relatable and something that everybody wants to feed off of. Yeah. You know what I mean? But it's like, it has to be honest because at one point it becomes like a performance.
Yeah, I could see that. Oversharing could become a performance. I feel like for me, as an artist, my favorite thing to do is live stream. And I think that if you are an artist and you're watching this, you should be live streaming. You should be putting yourself out there in real time because people connect to you in a way that's different from watching a video.
That's so cool that you brought up live streaming because I think that's why live streaming is doing like it has a big audience. People love live streaming right now, watching streamers, gamers, like. But anyone the live stream makes you feel like you're connected to the person. It makes you feel like you're having a conversation with them. It is. It's like a FaceTime to the public. If you make a mistake on camera, it's going to be caught on camera and everyone's going to see it. But you have to be okay with that. But that's the honest part about it. I'd rather have somebody see a mistake on a live stream than like in a show. You know what I mean? It's
technically different. It is different. It's more like, it's like making music in your room. It's very intimate. It reminds you that being imperfect is good enough.
No one's perfect.
And I think that that's what people relate to most when they see someone struggling. And I think that that is beautiful in its own sense because they are struggling and they're not perfect. And they may look at you and be like, oh my God, you're perfect. And they still may think that about you, even whenever you're fucking up and making mistakes.
That's very true.
So that validates you in a way that's like, oh, I'm not feeling my best right now, but I have someone that's watching me saying that I'm the best. And not to say like, oh, ego boost, like validate me when I'm not doing good. But it just comes to show that imperfection is appreciated. And I think right now, the world needs that. We have been living in the era of filters, Facetune, altering your body, plastic surgery. Like we're in the era of acceptance of that. And I think it's so damaging because it's not real. It's totally a distortion of reality. And especially for women.
Oh my gosh.
I think that
it's toxic. It's like poisonous.
It's something people are craving is realness.
Yeah, someone who appears as perfect is generally probably not the most authentic because that's not reality of things.
Like I want to see what I mean? I want to see
like be real.
I want to see, oh my God, I actually love whenever artists or influencers like Addison Rae does this a lot because she struggles with her skin, but she's always posting photos and stuff. And it's like, you can clearly see her, she's breaking out, but it's just real. It's authentic. There's this other girl named Fernanda on TikTok. I always see her. She's really cute.
The Latina girl.
Yeah, she's so really cute. She's really cute. And she now has made a whole brand out of that. And it's about being imperfect and struggling and not looking amazing all the time. It's totally fake. When it comes to authenticity, that's the part that plays in. And aesthetic, your aesthetic can look perfect and it can be niche and it can be whimsical and beautiful, but I think a balance of both is good. Because,
being human is important because and showing that.
Not like, an aesthetic is almost fake. You know what I mean? Whenever you're like looking up at an aesthetic, like if I look up on Pinterest, I love going on Pinterest and being like, the Notebook aesthetic. You know, The Notebook, the movie, The Notebook?
Yeah, like,
but like,
it's like cottagecore dresses.
It's like perfect. And it's like, but that's just a distorted, it's not reality. It's not real. It's just an aesthetic. It's like a fantasy.
Man, I hope my man builds me a house and he waits for me for 30 years. Are you kidding me?
But I think now that I'm talking about it with you, I see aesthetic as a fantasy.
It is a fantasy. It is a fantasy when you start off with that aesthetic, because authenticity can be an aesthetic, but you can't start from an aesthetic and be authentic.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I agree. Is the industry rewarding artistry or personality?
That is a good question. It's a very like teeter-totter situation.
I think it's more both. Personality right now.
It is 100%. But the thing is, artistry has a lot to do with, I think artistry in a package, when you're an artist, you're doing your promotion, you're posting content, you are live streaming, you are writing songs. Like it's the whole package.
I see the people are selling more of their personality now and becoming famous off of it more than how artistic they are. I think like personally, it's different for stardom. For like becoming a star, it's totally different. I think you do need both. But right now with TikTok, with the internet, personality, and people love oversharing. People love people that can relate to them and talk about their stories. Personally, I like a balance of both, but personality is, I would say, 75% of artistry.
Yeah, I have to agree with that, because one thing I was thinking about is there's a lot of people who really go viral and have a big breakout after writing something incredible, but the lack is the image and the personality. And it's not that they don't have personality, it's just really showing that.
Okay, I want to name a couple of artists. Maybe we can go back and forth and name a couple of artists that are big now, big back then. And we can either say aesthetic, authenticity, or both. Okay, I'm going to start. Somber.
Authentic.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Okay. So
Lady Gaga. Aesthetic.
Yeah. But I was going to bring her up earlier, and I was going to say that Lady Gaga, even though she's reinvented herself like 15 times in the past 20 years, for some reason, the Lady Gaga look she always has, and the feeling and the
that's why
like image aesthetic is the same always, is the same always. And I think to constantly reinvent yourself and to be that way and to think about those things and what you're going to become and what kind of world you're going to create. And because she's had to do it so many different times and redo it again to kind of start over, I think it comes from a place of authenticity. Yes, she knows what she likes,
so you know, both.
But both.
Okay, give me an artist.
Sabrina Carpenter.
Aesthetic.
Okay.
Miley Cyrus.
Both. It's both. We get the best of both worlds. But I think she's entirely her.
Actually, we get the best of both worlds with that girl.
But she's very authentic, because she's also like another true singer-songwriter kind of girl. Yeah. Like she's always just like poured her heart into whatever she's writing about. And she'll never not release a song that doesn't have to do with what she's going through.
Yeah, I like her. I love her. Okay, go next.
I'm like struggling. Beyonce.
Aesthetic.
Really?
Yeah, totally.
I think Beyonce doesn't have an aesthetic. She's just is Beyonce.
That's why I think it's aesthetic. Because
she's just
it's like beyond, like when you think of Beyonce,
it's
you already know it's Queen Bee. Yeah. But I think that was completely made into that.
Who is someone reputable that's created a world for themselves and really succeeded with no aesthetic behind them? There's a few.
This is really, really a hard question.
Like, I don't think Bruno Mars has an aesthetic.
Yes,
What is it? Oh, now he does. Now, but like when Grenade and all that was coming out?
No, Bruno Mars.
Now he's like this like suave 60s man, but like...
No, but he's like James Brown. He's like...
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't...
Mariah Carey?
Mariah Carey totally has an aesthetic.
What is it though?
Yeah, she's like clean girl, natural beauty, everything. Like when you look at her albums, it's Mariah Carey.
It's just her face. She's just like
she's just natural angel. But
I think that's not even an aesthetic. That's just her. She wears tank top and jeans in her album covers.
That's her aesthetic.
That's what I'm saying. It's authenticity becomes your aesthetic.
Britney Spears, same thing. Aesthetic.
Yeah. But she was such a little it girl in her heart. Like she knew what she was doing.
I love her.
How do you think your identity and your aesthetic / vibe world has come about?
In my experience of growing up in Los Angeles, I grew up with a single mother that has inspired me and my art immensely. And just my life experiences has totally just evolved me into the artist that I am now. To compare right now me to 5 years ago me when I first started out performing and doing my artistry, working on myself, I see that in the end, who I am is always who I've been in when I was a child, and the things that I loved and grew up with and the songs that I sang. And in all of my lyrics and my songwriting, it just kind of shows what the aesthetic is, you know?
Do you think little Sydney Shay would look at older you and be like, that's the cool girl I thought you'd be?
Yeah.
Okay. That was like what I wanted to get at.
I feel like you're
exactly what I imagined you'd be when you're older.
Yeah, maybe even cooler.
I love that.
In what you go through repeatedly, even learning the same lesson over and over and over again teaches you what you love.
Do you think your heartbreaks, and not just like with relationships, but with people, have shaped you?
Yes. And I'm thankful for every single relationship, friendship that I've had, bad, good, horrible, traumatic, because it's made me become a better artist. And I'm not going to look back at it and then be like, I wish this didn't happen, or if I did this differently, because it's brought me to this moment. And I'm so blessed to be here. What about you?
I don't know. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Obviously, whatever I've been through and whatever I've experienced has shaped me into the artist I am, and has made me become more honest with my writing and with exposing myself to the world. Everything has happened for a reason for me, and it's pushed me past boundaries that I didn't even know were there. Once you break limits within yourself, and other people help you do that, whether through bad experiences, trauma, bad relationships, good relationships, it kind of breaks down the walls of ice you have around you, and it lets your true self. Like, it's almost like, you know what? Like, I'm going to do what I'm going to do because it doesn't matter.
And you know that it's all about being more confident in showing everyone what you like. You always have to look at yourself as a project. Whenever you're an artist and you're doing it yourself, at least.
Yeah.
You are a project. And what is this project
business.
look like?
You're a business.
Yeah.
But like, no business flourishes or succeeds without
an aesthetic.
Real, honest tears, sweat, hard work, genuine intentions. It's all the same thing. These are all the same principles applied to every aspect of life.
Yeah.
Everything. Absolutely.
So everything is authenticity and aesthetic. It's not just artistry.
Everything.
But it is really in everything that you do and put your heart into.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, everyone just wants to be seen for who they are and not for what they're seen as on social media or whatever. But we always try to make that version still as real as possible. And I think that the next generation of artists are going to be so successful in doing that, like Russ has done.
We love Russ.
We love you, Russ. Russ reposted us, so we love you. Thank you, Russ. If you are confident in yourself, you will go so far in what you love doing. It's all about what's in here and what you tell yourself and how hard you're actually putting in the work. There's always going to be someone that's better than you. There's always going to be someone that looks at you and thinks you're better than them. And really, at the end of the day, it's just about what you like and refining your taste over time.
If you put on an outfit and everyone around you tells you that they don't like it, you should be okay to be like, well, I like it, so I'm wearing this.
Perfect.
You know? Also, authenticity at the end of the day is just doing what you want to do. What you want to do. Don't do, I think people will like, I think people will like this. I think people will prefer this. It's just do what you want to do. I want to post a video like this.
Exactly.
And that is me.
And if people don't like it, then they don't like it. You want to read our tea bags?
We're going to read our little tea bags today. You go first.
Breathe in peace and breathe out. Blessings to all.
Mine says, the purpose of life is to know yourself, love yourself, trust yourself, and be yourself.
Boom!
Be absolutely yourself. Do what you want. If you have a world that resonates you and you connect so hard with and you want it to showcase who you are and what you are, then do it.
Thank you for being here and feeling with us and understanding that where we come from is always from a place of inspiring those who are watching and trying to be like, you guys can do it.
We're trying to be your friend.
We're trying to be your friend.
We're your friend. We're your two older sisters who give you advice.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
I love that. Thank you for always showing up for a real conversation.
Ooh, I like that. And you're here for a real combo.
And if you guys want to tell us what our next topic should be, DM us on Instagram at Sid and Pam Show or email us at sidandpamcast@gmail.com. We love you so much. Thank you for being here, and we will see you next time.
Bye.